Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now it's what is it, December 23rd right now, 2024, and thought I'd give you a little end of the year review on the YXZ. Here we are, and my impressions on it and how I liked it and how everything performed on it. Yeah, so overall I've been really pleased with it. Been a good machine, never had any issues with it, never let me down. All the stories I heard about the old YXZ stalling whatnot, like on the technical stuff whatnot, never ever had that issue. Now with this the new 6-speed transmission, the lower first gear and whatnot, never had that issue. Done a lot of rock crawling with it, technical stuff, yeah, in the mud, whatever, right? Like, never ever had a problem. Everything worked flawlessly. Yeah, can't complain at all. So what can I say about it? What can I say bad about it? The only thing I can say bad about it is the automatic feature. I guess when I first noticed it, we were in West Virginia, that when you're on steep hills and like going uphill and downhill, I guess, it would want to shift when you didn't want it to shift, because your RPMs would go up and then it would automatically shift and it would bog down and whatnot. So thanks to Derek there with the Honda, he's the one that told me just use manual when you get in those situations, and so I did, and it worked perfect. And even throughout the summer here, when you get into a little technical stuff, rather than the automatic like shifting when you didn't want it to, I just flipped it to manual, cruise through first or second gear, no problem at all. So that's a little trick there. If anybody has one and is getting annoyed with it shifting when you don't want it to, just put it to manual. Otherwise, the automatic worked okay. It does shift a little harder than I wish it, I guess, how do I say that? Shifts harder than I thought it might. But I guess that's the way Yamaha wanted it to. They wanted it so you felt that shift. But I wish I had shifted a little smoother. It was mainly either second to third or third to fourth gear. That's where you really felt it, unless you had her wound right out, and then it shifted pretty good. But just as casual trail riding, you did feel it. One other thing I noticed, when it's due for a service, I did mine, try to do it between 1,000 and 1,200, 1,300 kilometers, and when it got to that point, you noticed it was shifting harder. So when you notice it shifting harder, check your mileage, see when it's due for a service. Even though the book says like 2,500 kilometers, now I'm in Canada, so you'd have to convert that for you American guys. But that was my notice on it anyways. When it was due for a service, it shifted harder. After a service, it shifted really nice and smooth, like for the most part, I should say. So other than that, there was no real flaws with it. Like, I had no issues with it at all. I'll go through what I put on it. I put the fuel rims on it when I first got it. Never even used the stock ones. With the GBC, or not GBC, EFX Motoclaw tires. So yeah, so I use those. I'm not overly impressed with those tires. They wore pretty good. Like, I got 3,700 kilometers on them. Backs wore down obviously a little more than fronts. So they did wear good, you know. Still got lots of tread on them. Lots of tread. So definitely not disappointed that way. I just wasn't overly impressed with the traction in the mud on them. And they don't measure true 30 either. They're only like a 29 roughly. So I wasn't really impressed with those. Fender flares, I put them on. They held up good. No issues there. The Kemimoto mirrors, they folded in awesome, never a problem with those, worked really good. Ox beam lights, obviously they work amazing. They're the side shooter ones. I finally really got to use them on our last ride out, and yeah, they really lit up the trail, I can tell you that. Then I had the factory UTV skid plate right there. That's their, what do they call that, the ultimate package or something? I can't remember how they word it, but it came with the full belly pan, the ones on the control arms back here, as well as the front A-arm guards right there, and they worked amazing. Like, I highly recommend the factory UTV skid plates. Awesome product. You won't be disappointed. They're not cheap, I can tell you that, but really good quality. One other thing I put on this one, because it didn't come with it, was the factory bumper and the VRX 4,500 pound winch, because this model didn't come with it, so I had to put that on. And then of course the Fab FPF window. Can't speak highly enough of these guys. They're out of Quebec, Canada. Awesome product. They got the vents down here, and you know, even going down the trail at 30 kilometers an hour, you still felt air coming through there. Like, I was amazed. I thought I'd pull this window off for July and August, just that it'd be too hot, and it wasn't. It worked amazing. One thing I do like about these Fab windows is it's narrower here compared to some of the competition or the other brands in the US. They come out to about here for their frame, so you're losing that vision on your window. So, and this one does have the squirters right there, and your washer fluid bottles right there. So yeah, so it's definitely well worth it. And then I put the rear glass window in it as well, and that's a Fab FPF right there. Another awesome product. Worked really well. Since we're back here, I put this pack out plate on. I had to order this out of Wisconsin from Badger Steel, I believe it's called. So I have the big pack out, Milwaukee pack out, as well as a small one. And if you notice, this here section's a little bit wider, so that way you can use the big one and a small one side by side. Then you can stack them however you want. So yeah, of course I had a fire extinguisher mount on there, my GRMRS radio right there. They work great. The new owner, sorry, shouldn't say that yet, but yeah, they work amazing. Help with every ride, they really help out. I did put tablet holder in here for my GPS, and that worked perfectly all year. And of course my cell phone holder, that worked great. And Kemimoto cup holder over there. And what else we got? Oh, we got the Kemimoto grab handles here, and a Kemimoto roof bag. So yeah, they all work great. But what else did we do to this? Oh, the Weller springs. We put the Weller Racing Stage 3 springs on it. Kind of almost wishing I went with Stage 2. Stage 3 seemed a little bit stiff, but not too bad. So just kind of, I think I should have went with Stage 2, but with the weight I'd hauled and everything, Stage 3 was for the most part better. But yeah, so definitely not now I should say as well that those Stage 3 shocks give me 3 inches more ground clearance compared to the stock springs. That was the main reason why I switched the springs out, was to get me more ground clearance. because they do sit awful low, the YXZs do, and for our train up here we want ground clearance. So that's why I went with the Weller Springs, to mainly give me the extra ground clearance, and that gained me 3 inches, like I said. So I was up to like 14 inches of ground clearance, so definitely helps. Yeah, so that's basically my review on it. Yeah, nothing bad to say about it. Performed well. I only used launch mode a couple times. That was right at the end of the season. Derek and I were playing around there one day, but other than that, it's been a good machine. Been a really good machine. And now I guess I can break the news. When this video comes out, I'll probably have an Rmax. As you can see, I'm right now at Motorsports of Trenton, and this machine is sold. I'm going back to good old Rmax. Not that I didn't like this one, I just prefer the Rmax. So yeah, when you see this video, I guess this one's already been paid for. The guy's coming this morning to pick it up. I just come over here to do my last little walk around with it. So yeah, so we're excited to get back into an Rmax. And I'm sure the video for it will already be out by now, the release of it. But yeah, so I want to thank everyone for watching the content from the YXZ and asking questions about them and that. Definitely not disappointed, you know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Rmax. You have to wait and see which one I got, though. I guess you maybe already know by now. So anyways, I want to thank you for watching, and please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Hit the like button as well. Leave a comment, share the video, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Really enjoy answering them. So again, thanks for watching, and I guess this is the 23rd, so I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll catch you on the next video.